also doing like a lot of,
I am
say,
doing
social
a lot.
media, like online based promotion, and you're putting a lot out there as well. You have a podcast that is also very much about inspiration and inspirational women and figures, and I think something that you emphasize as well is how you, not only confidence, but I think also being confident with maybe possibly points in which you've been let down, or which you're maybe a bit more sad, or you're frustrated. Do you want to talk some more about your podcast?
Yes, I would love to. So the podcast was an idea which just suddenly grew into, I have a series, I have all these women that have volunteered to come onto the show. Wow. I've never promoted it. And I had my first couple of podcast guests, and it just so happened that they were some founders of an ethical, sustainable clothing brand.
Perfect. This is great.
So with that in mind, I was very focused with the podcast being around empowering women. So I'm really big about like the female energy. When we join forces and we have a combined kind of objective, we can do so much more. So the podcast was just an outlet for me to share these amazing stories that I had been hearing that had inspired me to be a better person and to do things differently. And I thought, well, if I'm so inspired by all these wonderful women I'm meeting, why don't I capture this and share it with others? That's why the inspirational women series that became a thing, and since then I've got one kind of brand that worked in ethical, sustainable fashion that attracted another brand, and then more. And the trend here was I started to notice a lot of women are behind the brands that are doing ethical and sustainable things. There's a lot of female energy going into this.
Female power. Yes.
Exactly. So that's kind of evolved.
Sorry, no, it made me think about whether fast fashion is a feminist topic, which
were you at that talk?
I wasn't at that talk,
I went to that talk.
I've heard so much about it, and I was thinking, should I bring it up?
I don't think it is a feminist issue, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
I think women are really empowered to get behind the movement, and women are doing a lot more in the space, but I think it's an issue for everybody.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gender specific.
I find it very difficult because, I mean, I love feminism. Perhaps I'm not saying that you don't love feminism. I love it perhaps a bit too much. So I wanted to be in everything.
Yeah.
But I have to say, I think fast fashion is if anything, it's much more of an eco issue, obviously, and it's just a global issue. Yeah. It's not just women making these clothes and working
gender,
these. No. So I think it is important as feminists to be aware. And for example, I think people have also pointed out, it's very popular. You have in the big high street brands now things with like "I am a feminist" like shirts, which have probably been made by women who don't really
not having equal rights.
No, yeah, exactly. So I understand. I see that is problematic, and I feel like as a feminist or within feminism as a movement, this is something that we can acknowledge and we can become part of the discussion. But I don't think the entire discussion is about feminism.
Yeah. And it's really great because I think, was that at the same talk where we met? Actually, it was at the Pineapple Studios.
Yes.
I think we touched on that. I actually went to the other talk in Soho at the college about is it a feminist issue?
Yeah. I imagine it would have been slightly rowdy. It was like, this is going to be.
I mean, I think the general consensus was actually no, it's not. It's an issue for everybody, and we all buy clothes.
Yeah.
We are all consumers, and we all have a responsibility to protect and preserve the planet and look after our fellow brother and sister. It just so happens that there are a lot more women that are involved in the fashion industry, so it affects more women. But that doesn't make it a feminist issue, because men are the sons of women, they are the husbands of wives, they are the fathers to daughters.
Yeah.
So it affects them as well.
Yeah.
And so I just think, I mean, this is my personal opinion.
No, of course.
But I don't think that fast fashion is a feminist issue. I think it is an issue for everybody to deal with and to take responsibility
And
for.
I think, exactly, to take responsibility, because I was just going to say, I think perhaps
that was me so passionate then.
Yeah.
So everybody needs to
get in there.
It's everybody's responsibility.
But I was going to say, making it a feminist issue will also allow other people, men, no.
We love men. Men are great. It's
men
fine.
are great. Feminist men, even
better.
But you don't want anybody to shy away from the conversation or feel that they're not included. So I think taking responsibility is definitely for everybody is what this is founded on. Have her reeling it back a bit because I was like, should we touch?
It's fine, it's fine. We love talking about these things.
I love talking about any day. I was like, should we touch upon this? Yes, we will
that's
talk about
fine.
feminism.
Well, we've got a feminist section now in the interview.
Good. What I want to talk to you about, which is something that you've also kind of already touched upon, is the overlap between styling coach and confidence coach. You talked about how the two are intertwined for you. I was wondering, because you said you did find a lot more women initially who were also behind ethical companies. Do you think that this is something that is that you find a bit more maybe in the ethical field? Do you think that the field attracts like a need for confidence coaching almost? Is that like too much on the edge to say?
I think that would probably be quite a kind of a stretched statement, if I'm honest.
No,
I think,
of course, please do be honest.
I think confidence affects everybody, but if I'm going to be honest, gender-specific women are at a major disadvantage in terms of confidence in generally in life.
Yeah.
It just stems from how we grow up through adolescence, what activities we're involved in. There are many reasons, that men tend to lead with testosterone and be slightly more confident, take more opportunities, be less prone to risk. Women, on the other hand, we tend to be perfectionists. We tend to not put ourselves forwards, and it's not because the opportunities aren't there. It's because women are afraid to try because they don't want to fail. So they wait until they're like 100% perfect, but then somebody else has swooped in.
It's already been there.
Already there, taking it away.
Taking it.
So we have this issue that we have to kind of contend with, which is it's about ourselves and tackling our own barriers.
I think it's really, sorry to interrupt you a bit. I think it's really interesting that you phrase it in that way, waiting for something to be perfect, because I mean, to bring a bit of my personal experience in here as well, it's something that I know about, and I was thinking about it even when I came here to talk to you today, and I was like, oh, I haven't listened to all of your podcasts, and I haven't participated in a clothes swap, but I still I know about what you're doing, and I appreciate that very much, and I would love to talk to you, but it's like, oh my gosh, this feeling that
have I done enough?
Have I done my homework well enough? Am I prepared enough?
This is a common feeling that women have to deal with. So I mean, I know I'm going to go off a little bit on the confidence coaching side of things, but I'm going to link that back to fashion.
I have full confidence in your linking skills.
So, with women, if I talk about an example, like in the workplace, say for example, there's a job that's coming up.
Yeah.
Typically a woman will wait and prep and be so well researched and do all of her homework and have every single possible angle covered. Any question, boom, got an answer for that.
Got that.
A guy will go in with this kind of testosterone, this hey, I've got this, hey, I can do 30%, the rest I'll learn on the job.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and they'll breeze in there, and it won't be because of their skills and necessarily how they answer the questions, it's how they present themselves so confidently in the room, I've got this is mine, and taking it. Whereas women, on the other hand, this is not all women, by the way, this is a percentage of women which make up the majority based in sort of studies and various fields that have explored confidence between the genders. So typically women will wait and wait until they have everything. They want to feel like they're 100% prepared. The challenge with that is nothing in life and nobody in life is ever 100% prepared.
Yeah, of course not.
So we're cheating ourselves from opportunities, and that's something that I've seen personally and experienced in the workplace.